And then Kissinger flew to Saudi Arabia and succeeded in making the greatest deal that has ever been made in history. And because of that deal, an ocean of oil began to function as a mountain of gold. What did he do? He got Faisal to agree that Saudi Arabia would sell its oil for only US dollars. I hope and pray that I'm not speaking unjustly of King Faisal rahimahullah. If I am, may Allah forgive me. But this is secret negotiations, and I don't have the records. So I'm reading between the lines that Kissinger was successful in convincing Faisal rahimahullah. And when he convinced Faisal, Faisal realized that there's a lot of money to be made now. This is the deal. We want you to make a law that you will sell your oil for only US dollars. And Faisal fell for it. May Allah forgive him. You cannot buy oil from Saudi Arabia with any money, even with gold dinars. You cannot. Saudi Arabia will not sell, except for US dollars. And then Saudi Arabia got the other Arab oil producing countries to fall in line. And then came OPEC. And OPEC was the organization which kept the ocean of oil functioning as a mountain of gold, OPEC. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries was then successful in establishing a rule for all member states of OPEC that we all agree that we will sell oil for only US dollars. And that was the birth of something called the petrodollar, and that is what they wanted at Bretton Woods, but Imran didn't understand it. No. That was the ultimate prize that they wanted. When they started in 1944 in Bretton Woods, but I did not understand it. If you were a central bank, the law permitted you to take the US dollars and ask the American government to give me the gold. The law permitted it. No central bank will be so stupid. No central bank will be so stupid to ever come with US dollars to ask for gold. They're all scared. So the system is designed to allow the United States dominance in the world of money. So all of these paper money which have no redeemability in gold are all bogus and fraudulent and haram, all. And only one leader in the world, his name was General Charles de Gaulle. He was not at all happy with an unjust monetary system which gave an unfair advantage to the United States over France. Charles de Gaulle was not so much concerned about the fact that you could take paper and make money. What he was concerned about was this was advantageous to the United States and disadvantageous to France. So he decided to sabotage the system So he kept on giving the United States dollars and demanding the gold. Nobody has dared to do that. Nobody has dared to do that. Because you know, the United States has a big stick. But Charles de Gaulle kept on doing it until they removed him from power, the Zionists. He stood up in the French National Assembly and gave a powerful address condemning this monetary system. No Muslim leader ever did that. But we have to pause to give tribute to one man. The world has forgotten him, but Imran Hussein has not forgotten him. Finally, in September 1971, after Charles de Gaulle had been removed, the French government again went to the United States with US dollars and demanded the gold. But now the United States realized that the game was up. They had printed too much paper and they didn't have the gold. Normally you should send the United States to jail. But who can do that? Huh? So what Richard Nixon did was to, Sunday morning, announce to the world, we gave our word, but we don't have to keep our word. That's America. We gave our word that we would redeem US dollars for gold. But we don't have to keep our word. We're not going to do it anymore. So now, no currency, no paper in the world, none, can be cashed. You just write checks and that will be your money. Who could write the most checks without the most money? Huh? So get a checkbook and start writing checks. The problem is, if you have an American checkbook or a French checkbook or a German checkbook or an Australian checkbook or a Singaporean checkbook, you could write checks. They call it hard currency. But if you have a Bangladeshi checkbook or a Pakistani checkbook, you can write as many checks as you want. You cannot even buy a cup of coffee in Manhattan. See? So now you have a bogus monetary system which gives to the enemies of Islam the capacity to make as much money as they want by simply writing checks and let the donkeys in the world accept the checks. You don't have to work anymore to get money. No. In a world filled with donkeys, all you have to do is write checks. You could buy all the oil of Saudi Arabia free of charge. All you have to do is to get paper and pen and write checks. But this is a risk you're taking, because it's a house of cards. It could collapse. Once you had the gold, you had some security. But now the gold is no longer there. So from 1971 to 1973, they're searching for something to keep the house of cards strong. What they did was to engineer the war of 1973. And they were on both sides of the war. They were on the Israeli side and they were on the side with Anwar Sadat. And the Soviet Union was a Zionist client state. But the Arabs didn't know that. So they caused this war to go to a draw. And then Kissinger, they knew that if the war took place, they knew that King Faisal, rahimahullah, was going to impose an oil boycott on the United States. They knew it, because Faisal had said, I will do it. And they knew that if an oil boycott of the United States were to take place, the price of oil would rise. In fact, it rose by 400%, from $3 a barrel to 12. And suddenly the Arab oil producing countries were getting money flowing in. And they were happy with that, from $3 to 12. Kissinger waited until it reached 12. And then Kissinger flew to Saudi Arabia and succeeded in making the greatest deal that has ever been made in history. And because of that deal, an ocean of oil began to function as a mountain of gold. What did he do? He got Faisal to agree that Saudi Arabia would sell its oil for only US dollars.